Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time for episode 12 of the Halloween 15 for 2021. This time out, I wanted to take a look at Carrie from 1976, the original version of the movie, with Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, William Katt, Amy Irving, and John Travolta, Nancy Allen. This tells the story of Carrie White, who is this shy, awkward young girl in high school, and she's kind of got a terrible life at home. She's persecuted by her mom, who's this ultra religious, overbearing woman who's totally just on her case all the time, simply for growing up and becoming a woman. And at school, thanks to her terrible upbringing and sort of ignorant mom, she's viewed as this, ugly duckling. She dresses weird. She acts weird. She doesn't know how to interact with other people socially. So she's really got a bad thing going on. And to make matters worse, her mom doesn't really tell her what it's like or what to expect growing up as a woman. And when Carrie gets her first menstrual period in gym class while she's in the shower, her classmates basically try to crucify her because they're laughing at her because Carrie has no idea what's going on. You really feel for her because she's absolutely horrified the fact that she's bleeding. She thinks she's dying. She has no idea what's happening to her, and you can tell she's terrified, and all she gets in return is laughed at and mocked. That is until she's rescued by her gym teacher, Miss Collins, who's played by Betty Buckley. And Miss Collins tries to take her under her wing a little bit, kind of give her some confidence, tell her that she is, in fact, a pretty girl. And, she should just sort of do her hair up a little bit, be more confident, try to join in, make some friends, that type of thing. I realize this sort of sounds like an ABC after-school special, and you get bonus points if you know what that reference is referring to. But it does sound like, this is sort of a teen drama. Where things get interesting is the fact that as Carrie continues to be persecuted by both her mother and her classmates, she discovers that she has the power of telekinesis and she can move things with her mind. And she sort of takes it upon herself to use this as a tool of self-defense. She starts to read up on it, learn how to use it, and discover that she's not alone. She's not the only person who has this power. Well, things take a different turn when a character named Sue, played by Amy Irving, feels sort of pity for Carrie and asks her boyfriend to ask Carrie to the prom. And once some of the other classmates, the meaner ones, discover that Carrie's going to the prom, they sort of plan a surprise for her. And you probably have, even if you haven't seen the movie, you probably know what happens, because this is probably one of the worst kept spoilers in movie history, because everything that ever references this movie spoils that scene. But if you go into it and you really don't know what to expect before that and even after that, this is a really good, solid movie. Although it may not feel like a typical horror movie, because in any other horror movie, Carrie would be the villain. She's using this telekinesis to hurt people and get back at people. But she's really not here. She's actually a very sympathetic and captivating character. You actually start to cheer for her because, she's so oppressed and so wrongly oppressed that you can't help it. And a lot of that depends on the performance of Sissy Spacek, which is absolutely incredible, and I really, really enjoyed that. Piper Laurie is really good. Both of them were nominated for Academy Awards. But while Piper Laurie's performance is sort of one note because she's just sort of this ultra-religious woman, Sissy Spacek's performance is really nuanced, and she goes basically through the entire range of emotion, because she's angry, she's beaten down, she's happy, she feels sort of elated when things start to go her way. It's really a great performance, and unfortunately she did not win the Academy Award. But even though the best part of this film has probably been spoiled for everybody who's watching this, whether you've seen the movie or not, Carrie really is worth watching, and it really is a good movie, especially for the Halloween season, just because it is such an interesting horror movie. A lot of movies have probably borrowed from it and improved upon it, or tried to improve upon it, and there have been 2 remakes of this film, neither of which I've seen. There's also been a sequel. I haven't seen that either. But I really have to highly recommend Carrie. If there's anything wrong with the movie, the only thing I could really count against it is sort of the opening scene, the title sequence, which is sort of this really odd and kind of leering, I should say, depiction of what are supposed to be underage girls in various stages of undress, a lot of full frontal nudity. And I'm not being a prude, it's just that it's kind of just out of character for the movie because it's sort of this almost like softcore porn sequence that really doesn't fit in with the message of the rest of the movie, which is just, it's just very strange. This, of course, was directed by Brian De Palma, who went on to do not only this, did Phantom of the Paradise, which I reviewed last year, but also did Body Double, Dress to Kill, and other things. This is a really good film, aside from that opening sequence. So I would have to give Carrie an 8 out of 10. Really a classic movie, well worth seeing. Don't bother with the sequels. As far as I can tell, I don't know that there's any way that they could improve upon this. But there you go. That's my review of Carrie from 1976. Thanks for watching, everybody. Coming up next would be episode 13, which I haven't decided what movie I will be reviewing yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, feel free to click that thumbs up button and click that notification bell after you subscribe to be notified of newer videos. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.